What is up, guys? Steven here. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. The goal of this video is to explain how you can determine whether the opponent is using Charizard X or Charizard Y based off Team Preview. But before we get into that, I'd just like to say thanks to Keo for making me this thumbnail. I will link his channel below. He has some really cool content, so go check him out. And also, I'd like to thank Fingers Crossed for helping me with this. His role in this was basically he is a great team builder and he has a lot of teams. So I figured he would have some teams with Charizard on them. So he brought them so I could look at the team preview and guess whether they were Charizard X or Charizard Y. And that was really nice of him. So if you ever need help building a team, definitely go to Fingers. He's a really cool guy and really good at team building. Alright, so let's get into this first team. Basically, I can tell you right away that this is Charizard Y. And let me explain to you why. The basic structure of every well-built Charizard Y team is Charizard Y plus a Pursuit Trapper plus a bulky ground plus Keldeo plus some sort of hazard support. So in this situation, he has Charizard Y, Pursuit Bisharp, bulky Stealth Rock Garchomp as nothing else on his team. That's basically the formula for all well-built Charizard Y teams. And you can see why that would make sense, because Pursuit Bisharp allows the team to remove Latios and Latias, which threaten Keldeo as well as Charizard Y. In addition, Keldeo can handle the other two checks to Charizard Y, being Heatran and Chansey, very well. So Pursuit plus Keldeo plus Charizard Y is a very good combination, and Latios is a great user of Defog, so that's what he chose on this team for hazard support. In a later example, we'll see a different kind of team build, but you can also use Rapid Spin or just any kind of hazard support, but Charizard Y needs it. So if you see a Charizard and they don't have a Pokemon that has Defog or Rapid Spin, then they are most likely X. So I just kind of wanted to show situations that it would make sense for the opponent to run this kind of team, and situations that could work out. So for this, imagine they have their Keldeo in, and they can switch into Bisharp and just completely trap you. So your only answer to Keldeo as well as Charizard Y is just gone right away. So that's why this kind of team is very common and it's very good. You should definitely try it out. And let's get on to the next one. Alright, so looking at this team, I can tell you straight away that this is Charizard X. And this makes sense because he has a double bird team. So double birds are basically two things that can switch on into them very easily are Rotom Wash and Heatran. These Pokemon can basically switch in better than Tyranitar can, because Tyranitar can just get U-turned, and that does way too much damage. And if you look at the rest of his team, it can easily handle Tyranitar. So he obviously needed an answer for Rotom Wash and Heatran. So why would he not use Charizard X? Because that sets up on Rotom, as it can't really touch it and it can get a free Dragon Dance. And if he's running Earthquake, then he can basically OHKO any variant of Heatran that isn't on a balloon, or it can just set up on it, since most cannot really do anything to Charizard other than Toxic it. So, again, here is a situation that could unfold. I go in Excadrill, and I don't want him to scarf close combat me, so he can U-turn out and go directly into his Charizard, and he gets a free Dragon Dance. So that's just another situation of the why behind why you would use Charizard X in this situation. On to the next team. Alright, so looking at this team preview, my first instinct is that he is using Charizard X, and I actually think that he is probably bulky Charizard X, because looking at his team, he has a Mamoswine, which can handle the Latias as well as Heatran, so he doesn't have to run Earthquake on his Charizard X, as he also has a Breloom that can handle Heatran. In addition, he has Defog support, which almost every Charizard team should have some type of hazard support, but especially if he was running bulky Zardex, he would definitely want some sort of hazard support, because you need all of your health to set up on certain Pokemon. In addition, his team looks really good at beating the fairies in the tier, aka Mega Mawile and Azumarill, by using Mamoswine and Breloom respectively. So double Dragon Spam would work really well for his team. In addition, he would need to attack Quagsire as much as possible, and he has several Pokemon in his team that can do that effectively. So Zardex makes the most sense in this situation, and let's let this play out. Say he leads Mamoswine, and I don't want to be O-code because I don't have a Sash, so I can double into Blastoise as he goes into Charizard, and I think he is Y, and he just kills me. So, you know, good double switches from the opponent can basically play mind games with you, and in that situation it led to him getting a free kill on my Goodra. So that's basically just how you need to use Charizard if you want to use it, is basically never reveal your set until you're in an optimal situation, like setting up on a Rotom or something like that. And let's get on to the last team. Alright, so this is the final team, and once again, I can tell you that this is a Charizard Y team. And just like the first team, this is Charizard Y, plus a bulky ground, plus Keldeo, plus hazard support, and a Pursuit Trapper in Aegislash. So double weather is actually really good, and the reason you can tell that this is Zard Y is basically Zard Y teams have to run Defog, and Defog plus a bulky ground that sets up Stealth Rocks basically is a dead giveaway. It's just a giveaway, and especially when there's a Keldeo on there, you know straight away that that's a Zard Y team. And once again, here's the situation. He can lead with this, and he just bluffs that he's Charizard X, and it's gonna set up on me and just kills as I switch into my fastest Pokemon in the rain. So this is not an end-all be-all of how to tell from Team Preview what kind of Zard they're using, but for Charizard Y, the formula that I talked about earlier in the video is actually very common and fairly prevalent. So if you see that kind of team archetype, you can pretty much assume that they're Charizard Y. And in all honesty, it's not necessary to know in Team Preview what they are, but it really helps you play around their particular Charizard. But like always, I guess the best example I can come up with is Mega Lucario is you have to look at the rest of their team and wonder what it would struggle with if they were one Charizard or the other. For example, if someone's team was completely walled by, say, Chansey, and they had a Charizard, then they're most likely going to be X if they need a physical attacker that can beat Chansey one-on-one. Or another example is if someone's team really struggles with Quagsire, then they're not going to compound their Quagsire weakness by having Charizard X. They're most likely going to have Charizard Y. So the best way to tell is just by looking at their team. What are they weak against? What would benefit their team the most? And then from there, basically just look at how they're playing their Charizard. And the earlier you can find out, the better. Most of the time, if they lead with Charizard, I would say it is Charizard Y. In addition, if the opponent has a stall team with a Charizard, that is definitely a Charizard X. Especially if it is a Gothitelle plus Charizard team, that's definitely Charizard X because it can provide Will-O-Wisp support. So if you see stall plus Charizard, that's Charizard X. And finally, if you see someone bring in their Charizard Y on your bulky Chansey, don't think that you're safe because they are the mixed Flare Blitz Solar Beam set and you will get wrecked. So hopefully this video can help, and if you liked it, please leave a like and comment about if this was helpful, and thank you for watching. See you next time.